Tracy's finger has severely inhibited my freedom, my good times. I mean, there's a lot of hot women out there who need my attention. It's a real pain in the ass not to be able to give it to them. Especially like this, bride-to-be. Or your little niece. I don't know where Kiki got her jeans, Jules, but it sure as hell wasn't from you.
If you say so. Now, as scintillating as it is to hear about your conquests, personally, I only care about one woman, so if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get back to my date.
Yeah, about that. You were here to perform a service for me, Julian. Now, if you want to look into your lost loves or bond with the little kitties you didn't know you had, you do it on your own time. If I find out that I'm paying you to take care of your family crap instead of my business, we are going to have problems.
Okay, so far, all I have heard is complaints. Now, do you want to tell me what was so important that you had to drag me away from the party?
I'm growing weary of this war. We need a course correction.
All right.
We need to up the ante.
How do you propose to do that?
Don't you know me well enough to know? I always have a plan.
I saw you and Julian talking to each other from across the room tonight.
And?
And it looked like more than just a friendly conversation.
And what? What, are you trying to catch me doing something illegal so that you can run tamale? Who are you to question my affiliation with Julian? You're dating the guy. I'm only working for him. I am repping his gallery.
Well, I don't know, Rick. Maybe it's because of all the unsavory associates that you've had over the years. So when I overhear you gloating to someone about your recent success and what a great team you make, I'm naturally going to assume the worst.
Out of your mind. I was talking to Cameron about his rivalry with Spencer Cassadine over Emma Drake, which is clearly a much more mature conversation than what we're having right now.
Well, that's not the way I heard it.
Look, even if I was talking to Julian, what does that prove? I am representing the man's legitimate business interests, much like you do with Sonny. So, you know what? Let's just stop dancing around here just for a minute. Why don't you tell me exactly what do you think is going on with Julian and me? Just in time. Your lawyer here was just grilling me on my involvement with Julian Jerome. Oh. But then you knew that, didn't you? You sicked her on me.
No, see, you're just being paranoid.
I hate to break it to you, Rick, but I don't care enough to keep tabs on you.
Oh, really? I'm sure that was the case when I was on the other coast, out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
Where I couldn't do whatever I was doing as long as I wasn't doing it here in Port Charles.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You know what? My time away has given me some much-needed perspective on you, Sonny. Whether I was trying to destroy you or I was trying to prove myself to you, either way, it didn't matter. Because all I kept doing was giving you the power. And I know you don't mind it because, power comes your way.
Why would I want power over something or someone that doesn't matter to me?
5 years ago, I was running around in circles trying to make everything that I did about you. And what happened was I realized that nothing I did lasted in any kind of really actionable way.
Okay, you know what? Don't be so modest because everything that you pulled still resonates, Rick. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I realized, Sonny, that there was no way that I was going to change you, so I had to change myself.
But you don't seem that different to me.
Okay, fine. You know what? Let me demonstrate for you. I am working for Julian Jerome as his attorney. I briefly represented him when he was accused of shooting A.J. Quartermain. And I am currently representing him in his art gallery, which he owns with his sister.
Oh, okay. So you have changed because I never knew you were interested in art. You were always interested in criminal law.
Well, the interesting thing about contracts is they're very black and white. You don't have to worry about
Okay,
right
so
and wrong.
you admit, Rick, that's what you're doing for Julian. You're just drawing up contracts.
I am providing legal counsel for Julian Jerome, much like Alexis does for you, okay? So let's cut to the chase. I am not in any way working with Julian to bring you down.
Why should I believe you?
Because I am trying to put this bad blood between the two of us behind me, okay? So if somebody is trying to help Julian take you down, it's not me.